What I'm saying basically is that this whole thing. Stop. So what I'm saying basically, this whole thing, it is truly a plague. And with the faith that is in me, I don't care who says what, where, when. The faith that I have is driving everything through. And the divining or the divinity is here in Egypt. As I'm talking this to the whole world, people must start to get it across. The kingdom of darkness is being closed. Their time, they were given their time, but it seems like they were not prepared to repent. People were not prepared to repent. They further fed people lies. They further fed people food that kept our people in a very bad state. Like for instance, when you look at our immune is very weak. Our immune is very weak, rightfully so. Why? Because somebody knew that after 70 years, there is something that is coming. There is a plague that is going to be sent. So he fed people wrong food. And I was actually even, I was having a conversation with one of my friends sometime last week, telling him about what I saw. There is a picture that I took in town on which they were advertising. There is a billboard written obese combo. Obese combo. I was very troubled with that picture because where I come from or where I stay, like obviously here in Africa, we are so behind in a lot of things, especially in terms of the learning academies or the systems. We are still so far behind. So now, when we've got so-called learned people, and we trust them, and for that matter, we call them, we've got Professor so-and-so, we've got scientist so-and-so. When I saw that board, it's approved, and also our government is there, our government has approved. Then I saw how this democracy has actually destroyed our environment. Because the reason why I'm talking this bold to everyone is that I've been nominated by the King, by Jehovah himself. I was not nominated by the system, on which democracy, to start with, it's a system that was introduced by a man, system of the man, not the system that God gave us. God gave us Commonwealth. God gave us Commonwealth. That's why I'm quite bold with what I'm saying, because I know for the fact that we are a Commonwealth country, and for the fact that we are now coming up to acknowledge, because Africa without the Bible wouldn't have gone anywhere. As much as I'm quite clear now that we had to go back, I had to go back to study the word, So I think now, in closing, I'm putting it out there that the word has been sent, and the word has been sent to me. I am Joshua. That's the spirit that God has given me. I'm Joshua. I'm with Caleb. That's why when you read that chapter 19 to 20 to 22, it says that he will send them a savior and a defender. I am Joshua, and Caleb is with me. But now what God did, he gave me biblically. I studied the word, so that we can redo the world system that was introduced, which is going reverse, by the way. We are actually using science to destroy nature. And I want the scientists to hear this and see. We are actually using science to destroy nature. So Caleb has been given technology, and for that, it's not that I'm begging anyone about it, but I'm telling the whole world that we've got a new technology that has been sent, and hence I'm the one who's been given the word. I'm not here to bring the world. No, this is not a world order, like as we see the other side, which is the kingdom of darkness is pushing the world order. I've got a question for them anyway, in passing. If they are saying this is the world order, the new world order, my question is, since that we all know that our brother Jesus told us that we are constructing our mother, where are we with this world system that they are talking about? Where are we in our construction? Because any builder will know. Like for instance, when you are building a house, obviously we know this is the foundation, this is the roof, this is the door level, this is the what. The question is to the scientific religion or the scientific world, where are we in this body that we are building? Because I've got the answer for the word. When you go to Isaiah 9, verse 6, when you go to Isaiah 9, verse 6, this book. Isaiah 9, verse 6, it says, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders." The good news, good people, is that this bag that is next to me, as you see this beautiful buffalo, we've got a Buffalo Street here in East London, and our current president as well, or African president, is Mr. Buffalo. That's his nickname. Yeah. It is really fullness of time. This bag is carrying all the case studies of all the people who got this wisdom that has been given to me, but they've misused it to enslave people. This bag is full of all the case studies, even including the Bible, all the case studies of people who have actually gained wisdom, but they have used that wisdom to enrich their pockets or themselves or their families for that matter. Yet we are all equal in the eyes of the Lord. You know, quite strangely, we've got about 400, here on these mediums as well, we've got 400 million, sorry, it's actually $400 trillion in our system. And we've got about 7 billion or 7.5 billion people. But for us to see each and every day that there are people who are still going to bed or, without a meal, it doesn't make sense. And yet we've got the so-called people who call themselves the popes of the world, or the Pope. I'm actually talking to the United Nations specifically. How is it that United Nations is saying they're uniting all the nations, but the leader of United Nations is barren? He doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have kids. How does it work? I am a parent, I am a father. Obviously, if somebody comes to me to say he's giving me good news, he's telling me about the word, there are some certain things that I will have to look as well to see how authentic is this, how authentic is that. Because I foresee, and strangely enough, United Nations, there's a snake sign that we see every day, a snake sign, and that snake that they're using, who are they representing? Because we all know, when you read the Bible, we all know that before Adam and Eve fell, there was a third factor, which was the snake. So probably is the scientific world quite aware with this? Or there are people who are just being there for the sake of job and not knowing what they're doing? But anyway, if they are there, I'm yet to talk to them. People wake up. People must start to wake up. We're not robots. We are not robots. We are all in God's image. So basically what we're doing, by allowing all these systems to brainwash us and to reduce us to what we are actually, it's a disgrace to our Father. It's a disgrace to God, because we are all in God's image. This has got nothing to do with the color. This has got nothing to do with, look, good people, we are all made up of soil. We are all drinking water. We are all breathing air. That on its own